The story opens with Billy Moore, an English boxer preparing for a fight. He's traveled all the way to Thailand, hoping to make a living for boxing. But right before stepping into the ring, Billy secretly uses drugs, revealing his heavy addiction. As the fight begins, the narcotic makes Billy struggle to breathe properly. Even though he's trained hard and long for this moment, his opponent manages to land a crushing blow, knocking Billy to the ground and ending the match. Determined and frustrated, Billy stands back up, yelling that he wants to keep fighting, and in a fit of rage, he even attacks the referee. Later that evening, Billy seeks comfort in a local bar, where a stranger offers him money in exchange for drugs. The next morning, Thai police suddenly raid Billy's place. Hearing them approach, he desperately hides his drugs inside his underwear. Despite his efforts, the officers quickly discover the drugs, handcuff Billy, and throw him roughly onto a nearby table. Soon after, Billy is arrested and charged for illegal drug possession. The next day, Billy and several other prisoners are transported to the infamous Klong Prem prison in Bangkok. When they arrive, the guards thoroughly search each prisoner, forcing Billy into a humiliating strip search and body frisk. As Billy takes his mugshot, one of the prison officers quietly slips some heroin into his hand, unnoticed by the others. He is then taken to a tiny, crowded holding cell filled with noisy and aggressive inmates. An officer soon comes by to explain the strict prison rules, making it clear that gambling, smoking, and tattooing are completely forbidden, and anyone breaking these rules will face severe punishment. Later, Billy tries to fill his water bottle, but is roughly pushed aside by another inmate. Furious, Billy is ready to fight back, but officers quickly intervene and drag him away to solitary confinement. The next day, Billy is moved to another crowded cell, this one filled with heavily tattooed prisoners. Almost immediately, Kung, the intimidating leader of these inmates, summons Billy and begins speaking Thai, words Billy barely understands. After a short conversation, Kung orders Billy to do push-ups, mocking and humiliating him in front of everyone. Billy is furious, but he knows he can't fight back against the larger group. Later, some prisoners quietly offer Billy a cigarette hidden from the guards. That night, while most prisoners sleep, Billy gets up to use the toilet. Suddenly, Kong and his gang ambush him from behind, holding him at knife point and forcing him to witness their brutal assault on an innocent inmate. The shocking scene deeply disturbs Billy, keeping him awake throughout the night. The following morning, Billy is devastated to learn that the innocent prisoner from last night's incident has taken his own life. Overwhelmed, Billy goes to the infirmary, desperate for pain medication, but the prison officer refuses to help him. Billy angrily points out that he's seen other prisoners getting pills without trouble, but the officer insists the medication isn't free and demands cigarettes or money in exchange. Losing control of his temper, Billy lashes out and attacks the officers, even biting one on the neck. But reinforcements quickly arrive, brutally beating Billy down. He's then thrown into a cell with a ladyboy inmate named Fame, who kindly helps treat his wounds. In the next scene, Billy's leg is cuffed to prevent him from fighting again. During a communal bath with other inmates, Kung and his gang secretly smoke a cigarette hidden in a corner, using the chaos as cover. They quietly offer Billy a hit from their stash, which he accepts, secretly taking another step deeper into the dangerous prison world. A short while later, Billy thanks Fame for helping him treat his injuries the night before. As he asks her if she has any cigarettes, Fame gently questions whether Billy's family sends money to his prison account. Billy quietly replies that he doesn't have any family supporting him. Feeling sympathetic, Fame lends him some cigarettes, and Billy promises he'll pay her back when he receives money the following week. That evening, Kung and other inmates gamble together, betting cigarettes as currency. Billy, desperate for narcotics, trades his pack of cigarettes for more drugs. Suddenly, at midnight, the prison guards storm into the cells, announcing that 3 prisoners have been murdered. All the inmates are quickly marched outside for inspection. Unfortunately for Billy, a police dog detects narcotics on the clothes he's wearing. An officer searches him and immediately finds the hidden drugs. Panicking, Billy insists the clothes don't belong to him, even quickly putting them on to demonstrate they're not his size. Surprisingly, this convinces the officer, and another inmate ends up taking the blame instead. Kung and his gang grow furious that one of their own has been punished unfairly. The next day, Billy is overwhelmed by an intense craving for heroin and approaches a guard to beg for drugs. The guard secretly takes Billy to an empty cell and hands him a cigarette laced with heroin, even standing watch to ensure Billy doesn't get caught. Later, While Billy secretly takes another hit in the bathroom, two aggressive inmates suddenly corner him, demanding he share his drugs. When Billy hesitates, they threaten violence. Tensions escalate quickly, but just as they're about to attack, another inmate steps in, calming the situation and preventing further harm. The following day, desperate again, Billy seeks out the same guard for drugs, but this time the guard refuses because Billy never pays. In sheer desperation, Billy agrees to do anything the officer asks. The guard instructs him to beat up two prison chefs who have been interfering with his illicit business. Billy immediately agrees, takes a quick hit to prepare himself, and heads into the kitchen, violently assaulting the chefs and nearly killing them. After the brutal attack, the guard sternly warns Billy not to actually kill anyone and offers him drugs as a reward. But overcome with guilt and shame over what he's done, Billy refuses. Consumed by remorse, he retreats to the shower area and breaks down crying. That night, Billy falls into deep despair and attempts to end his life. Fortunately, another prisoner notices Billy's injuries just in time, quickly stopping the bleeding and calling for help, saving Billy's life. In the days afterward, Billy is seen inside his cell practicing his boxing moves, determined to channel his pain and anger into something positive. Soon, the guards remove his leg cuffs, granting him more freedom to move around. Encouraged, he goes to the prison's boxing ring, where other inmates are training. Billy eagerly asks the instructor if he can join, but due to Billy's violent reputation, the instructor refuses. Determined to redeem himself, Billy visits Fame again to apologize for not yet repaying her kindness. He asks Fame for another pack of cigarettes, promising to use them to convince the boxing instructor to let him join the team. He assures Fame he'll prove himself worthy and will pay her back this time. Although hesitant at first, Fame finally agrees and hands him the cigarettes. Now officially part of the boxing team, Billy steps into the ring against one of the seasoned prison fighters. Having been out of practice, he struggles badly and loses quickly. Embarrassed and hurt by the inmates mocking him, Billy commits himself to training intensely every single day, determined to regain his strength and boxing skill. One night, Billy notices the inmates gambling again, betting cigarettes. Feeling lucky, he joins the game and bets 2 packs. To everyone's surprise, he wins, lifting his spirits and confidence. The next day, Billy goes to Fame's small shop and finally returns the cigarettes he borrowed. As they begin chatting warmly, Billy opens up, revealing that he actually does have a father and brothers. Curious, Billy asks Fame why she's in prison, and she sadly confesses that she killed her father because he physically abused her. As they continue sharing their stories, their friendship slowly blossoms into romance. Soon afterward, Billy gets the chance to fight another inmate who's evenly matched with him. The fight quickly turns intense and brutal, but by the 4th round, Billy shows his true talent. With an incredible display of boxing skill, he delivers a knockout punch, earning his very first victory in prison. Later on, the prison warden, Preacha, who watched Billy's fight closely, calls him into his office. Impressed by Billy's abilities, Preacha announces his decision to transfer him to a new cell reserved for the prison's boxing team, offering special privileges. Even more exciting, Preacha reveals that Billy will be the first foreigner to qualify for Thailand's national boxing tournament. Thrilled by this incredible opportunity, Billy gratefully accepts. Before Billy leaves, the warden reminds him that he only has 2 months to prepare. In his new cell, Billy finds himself treated warmly by the other inmates and immediately begins intensive training for the upcoming tournament. One day, during a meal, his teammates share their stories about what brought them to prison. One inmate reveals he's serving an extra 13 years because depression made him stab 3 prison officers. He joined the boxing team mainly because fighting outside occasionally lets him see his family for a few precious moments. Inspired by his teammates, Billy even decides to get a tattoo on his back. Billy trains hard every day, and his confidence steadily grows stronger. The guards move Billy into a larger, isolated cell. There, Billy spends all his time training intensely and trying to control his emotions. A few days later, Billy returns to the boxing team's cell. Immediately, his angry boxing partner confronts him, ready for revenge. But Billy calmly apologizes for his past behavior. The apology is accepted, and soon the team supports Billy again, helping him train harder than ever. Over time, Billy builds close friendships with his teammates. Later, after finishing training, Billy is taking a shower when Kong and his gang approach, demanding money in exchange for their silence about Billy's drug use. Billy promises he'll pay them after winning the fight, but the gang covers his face and viciously beats him anyway. Before leaving, Kung coldly threatens to inject him with AIDS if he loses the upcoming match. Unfortunately, Billy soon discovers he's suffering from hernia. The doctor explains that his drug addiction has weakened his body, and further fighting could cause fatal internal bleeding. Despite this grim warning, Billy decides to fight. He is transported to another prison where the national tournament will be held. On fight day, Billy warms up one last time with his trainer before stepping into the ring. Once the match begins, both fighters clash fiercely, showing remarkable skill. During the fight, Billy receives a powerful kick to his abdomen, causing agonizing pain. His opponent even breaks the rules, kicking him again while he's down. Nevertheless, Billy pushes through the pain, and in a final burst of strength, he delivers a spectacular spinning elbow, knocking his opponent out cold. Billy celebrates his victory briefly before collapsing to the canvas, coughing up blood and losing consciousness. He wakes up later in the hospital, confused and desperate. In a moment of panic, Billy tries to escape, but after running a short distance, he realizes the foolishness of his plan and returns willingly to the hospital. Eventually, Billy is transferred to another prison, where he's finally reunited with his father, who greets him with pride and warmth. After serving 3 difficult years, Billy is transferred back to the UK to finish his sentence, and soon after, he is granted amnesty by the King of Thailand.